Welcome to a game named Satisfying Ball Clicker, and if you say that fast enough it turns into something else. But I'm not yet satisfied, so let's tap to add a ball. So it's going to go in, it's going to bounce around, and more bounces increases the ball's value. So we don't want it to fall outside. Actually we do, because that's where we get its value. So we're going to drop a few balls in there. It gets a little more chaotic to have more balls. I'm not sure that's to our advantage yet, but I do understand the satisfaction now. This particular ball is going to be very satisfied with what we've done. Out it goes. That was worth $16.57. And I've just added a ×3 zone because I clicked the thing it told me to click. Or is that ×3 balls? I don't know what just happened, but we're making money. We can add another ball for $25, so we're going to drop it straight out. I guess as soon as it leaves, I can spawn a new one in. And then we got a really big ball somehow. Not sure where that came from. I'm not going to complain. We lost most of them out of the hole. And it looks like we can unlock a multitude of different balls and different circles. But since we made our first $100, let's increase the ball profit a little bit. And that's obviously going to add up to easy money faster. That one already made $3 and it just bounced out. I wonder if there's a limit to how many balls we can have. I really should just be rapid fire clicking this, but I'm just enjoying the ride so far. And I feel like this is one that can get really expensive. Up to $85. We're going to add one more ball because balls are obviously our friend. It is nice too how they change color. That big one, yeah, that's actually good. If it could plug that hole, oh, never mind. Well, it did burst into other balls at least. I'm getting more and more satisfied the longer this goes on. We can increase our income for $100. Not really sure what that means. If that's just per touch of the circle, but that should be ball profit. I guess that's by default though, like they're going to spawn in worth $1.3, the next upgrade will be worth 1.9 to begin with. Then every time they touch the circle, they go up from there. Probably. It's not a very complicated game, but it's outsmarting me pretty thoroughly. We've got a new type of ball already though, we can let those bounce around. The default ball is now 1.9. So now when they leave, they're getting more like $6. I want a circle with a smaller gap though. You can watch an ad to get an auto spawn. We don't need an auto spawn, I am the auto spawn. Ball profit can go up to $2.7. That's actually climbing quite quickly now. If all of those start at $2.7, they're already up to $8. Pretty routinely, even some $12 balls going in there. I do notice the more balls there are in there, the more likely they are to bounce out though. So I am perhaps going to refrain from adding more balls for a while. Wow, that was hiding, but I think it was a large amount. I'm happy to start with lots of balls, and then they can all bounce out immediately. All right, there might be a bit of strategy to this. But we can start with a lot, and a few of them are inevitably going to make their way out, and there's going to be one or two left that can get big value. Unless they do that. So let's increase our income again, and spawn some more balls. Maybe we need to stagger their addition to the circle. We don't want to do it too routinely, we just want to do it every couple seconds so they don't all spawn in the same spot. Seems like no matter what I do, they leave almost immediately. Which I guess is sort of the point, they do need to get out to make me money. But they're pretty routinely adding up the lots of value. These ones could be pretty big because they're turning good colors. I love when they land over the circle there and I can't read it. Ball profit, $3.8 by default. I bet we can make the value in this game really, really big. We can also add a new circle. I'm not sure how that works, but we'll find out soon once we manage to get $1,000. So I've discovered that one ball by itself will just bounce up and down. That's actually a pretty good strategy provided you can avoid the gap, which we can't, but I'm sure we can find a way to time that better. Okay, that one finally went out of place, so we'll give it a friend. All balls need friends. Oh, and had such a good rhythm going, but that was worth 20 whatever dollars. There's a lot of different things. Let's increase our income again. Pretty sure that means every time the circle gets touched, balls get bigger. And we need to have the biggest balls of all by the end of this. Money's going up quickly. Okay, I really am just better off spamming the balls in there. They'll leave quickly, but they'll get value quickly too, because they bounce off each other and touch the circle. Quickly up to $330 even. Increase ball profit. So now them touching, actually by default actually is a lot higher value. Default ball is going up to $7.50. Back in the early stages of this, doing that would actually take a while to get a ball up to that value. Now they're spawning in there. That's going to drop all of this right out this circle. Yep, of course it is. Income is going up again, so even more money per touch. There we go, we're getting like $30 balls at this point. So let's add another ball, that's $225. That'll pay for itself in no time. I zoned out for a second, we have $1,100. We're going to add it. Oh, it's a circle inside a circle.
Okay, now this game's got me fully.
Think of how big the value is for some of these other balls. That was $61 by itself. They're absolutely going bananas. They're going to leave this circle much left often, but that's perfect because when they do, $155. So ball profit is definitely going to go up. They're spawning in at $10. This really is as much fun as you can possibly have with balls. Income is going up. That's a $500 upgrade. Ball profit is also going up. So they're spawning in at $15. The next circle costs 50,000, which seems like a lot, but we'll actually be there before you know it. Especially at this rate. There are multiple hundreds of dollars per ball. Income can go up again. It would be nice if it actually said like what the income was, so we can make more informed decisions, but I guess that's not really my style anyway. We just sort of embrace the chaos. 140, 785 for a single ball. So I'm not going to add gaps on a circle, at least not yet, because that's a permanent choice. We can't really undo that. We will increase our ball profit. They're going to spawn in at $20, and we're going to add 2 more balls. Now it's really going to get chaotic in there. And we can just let it go. Quickly made another 7,500, so another ball profit, and increased income. More money still. We're going to get so many balls in there that they're just going to jam, and they're going to be stuck against the walls and never fall out. 280, 600, that was 1,400 over there. Didn't see that one. But we're back up to almost 7 grand again already. So we made that back in like 10 seconds. So I feel like income is the way to increase right now over ball profit. Like they spawn in at $34. I don't really know if it's like a multiplier or just a flat value they add when they touch the thing. So it's hard to know what's the best use of our money. But then again, the more I think about things, the worse I do. So we'll just stop thinking and let our instincts take over. Some of the balls are leaving from inside the circle. I kind of want my money back. That was 2,200 for that one. I want to save up for another circle at this point. 350, 750. There was at least 2,000 on one of those. 1,300. I'm pretty sure by this point some of the balls in the center have been in there for like 4 hours, so they've got to be worth a lot of money. Maybe it just feels that way. They're obviously hard to keep track of because a lot of them, I think they've all left already, and they're worth about 2,000, maybe 3,000 on the upper end. But we saved up $50,000. Let's add a circle. Oh, that one's got 2 gaps, but that's still going to add up to a lot of extra value. They definitely do bug out though and bounce through the circle sometimes. That one just got jammed up a little bit there, but that's still okay. Even if they get bugged, they've got a few layers they got to break through. They have the potential to stay in there for a long time. I haven't needed to add a ball in a while. So when these things do finally make it out, they're going to be worth some money. Okay, that one out there, 1,200. Does the value reset after a while? I feel like that should be worth way more. 1,900, 2,300, 3,300. That's a little better. So we'll increase the income at least once, because all these touches, we want them all to be worth a lot. More income again. Plus I gotta add more balls. They seem to just turn blue eventually. I'm not sure that was intentional or not, but once they turn blue, they don't seem to change again. That one's about to leave. Only 1,400 again. 1,900. 4,700. Okay, they're anywhere between 1,000 and 5,000 at this point. Oh, we did these that one for 6,500. So things are going up. Maybe increasing. Well, the ball profit is still the cheap one, so we'll keep going with that. We'll increase the ball count as well, and we'll just let it rain balls for a while. We're coming up on level 5. I'm not sure what the levels matter. Maybe there is something like a downside to them hitting too many times, because we can add a gap, and it seems weird that like having a gap would actually be to our benefit. So let's add another gap. So the inner circle has all those gaps. They are getting expensive. We'll add a ball and add ball profit. The outer circle does now have 2 gaps on it. I'm starting to wonder, yeah, like if the balls can just hit so many times that they basically freeze and don't add value anymore. So maybe it's in our interest for them to leave. Because I watched this one on the left. I wish I could see the value of that better. It bounced around for a while. I watched it slowly turn into its pale blue color. But it definitely should have been worth a lot. Like that one, 4,700 seems acceptable. Okay, ball profit is going up. So the default is now $88.6. The income is going up as well. And we can throw another ball in there for good measure. We got a big ball in there. Oh, that's going to get very chaotic. Watch them all pour out of there. Big, big money. And it just sounds like a lot of fun. 1,700, 1,400. The average value down there is probably about 3,000 right now. But we can still do better. Ball profit is going up again, $110. I wanted to see if the auto spawn was a permanent upgrade or not, and it's not. It does last a long time though, and we can have new circles now. That looks a little better. $167,000. Let's add a ball. We're going to add the base value. That's going up about 30%. You know what? Let's make it almost about 60%. And we can increase the income anyway. So now when they're flying out of there, that one didn't have a lot of bounces, but the routinely hitting there is 10,000 for the first time. We even had a few for 12,000. Yeah, the value just went up a lot. So I'm going to go have a coffee and wait. This auto spawn's got a few minutes anyway, so we can sit back and relax. The auto spawner just ran out, but we have $813,000 to work with. So we'll increase the income, we'll increase the ball profit a few more times, and then the income again. So the balls at least spawn in on $338. So we should pretty quickly make our money back. There was a 16,000 drop. We're going to add another ball as well. That was 7,700. That one that just dropped out was 55,000. 10,000, 37,000. So the numbers are going to get big. And luckily I have my own ball spawner in an auto clicker. So I'm going to let that run and I'm going to go eat a carrot. A few minutes later, we've got $10 million. So for that, let's increase the ball profit just a little bit. We're up to about $1 million per upgrade. Let's do just one more. Now the initial ball is worth $1,000. So bouncing out of there, that one is worth 34,000. That one's 79,000. So we're going to make our money back in no time, especially when we increase the income. We'll try and match that. So 1.85 million for that. We'll add some balls as well. Now we can make real money. Pretty sure anything that bounces out of there is going to be worth a fortune at this point. 41,000, there's 132, 130,000. So I think we're seeing a pretty consistent average. And we can get a new type of ball again. How very exciting. It actually is pretty nice having something new to look at. Let's add a few gaps as well. I'm assuming because these are a value, they've got to be worth it. I really do think the balls can max out after so many hits, so we're probably better off just to spam them out like this. And they're still like spamming out of there for often in the tens of thousands, so this is probably the best way to do it. The numbers overall have dropped, but we're not just getting dead bounces on the inside and blue balls sitting there for like 10 minutes not earning anything at all. So ball profit can go up one more time. It's up to $1,300 base value. While we're at it, let's throw another ball in there. More balls, more bounces, more profit. The next $10 million came around very, very quickly. So in saying that, ball profit going up and up and up. Now they're spawning in at $2,200. The next 25 million came even easier, so we can spend that all on balls, which only was a few at this point. But a few is actually going to equal a lot of value. The next $20 million is going to increasing our income. We can only buy 3 upgrades with that because things are getting stupidly expensive. But we did unlock a new ball again. We keep making $20 million investments, but our progress is slowing. So we're going to spend the next $21 million on ball profit. That'll take us from $2,200 per ball to $3,600, which is actually almost a 100% increase. I feel like that's the one that's making the most difference because some of those balls are landing for hundreds of thousands suddenly. And we've unlocked a new circle. And we've already made $8 million back, so this is the way to do it. Ooh, we get a big ball showing up. How many times can it get big? Was that 14 before it exploded? Now it's raining balls everywhere. That's good for the profit. Aside from that, I think we're going to increase ball profit again. So we'll go from 3,600 to 6,000. So that obviously is going to make a difference. I've seen a few balls fly out of there for in the hundreds of thousands easy. I think one of those was just 500,000. So for $35 million, we can only increase ball profit once. That does leave us with $15 million left over. We're getting $7,100 per base ball, which means we're frequently seeing in the hundreds of thousands up to the occasional $500,000, which I guess is fun and all. I am kind of curious about more gaps. Oh, okay, that's the max amount of gaps anyway. So now the balls just leave somewhat faster. Not really sure I understand the point of that one. We could probably increase income. Well, there's at least once more. I hate that there's no number there, so you don't really know what that does. I was hoping this would scale a lot bigger, but I think this is pretty much it because it's sort of diminishing returns at this point. So on to the next one.